for business owners, entrepreneurs to be able to share the vision that God has placed down in their hearts. Share Your Vision is a program that's designed for not only for business entrepreneurs to share the vision that God has given them, we're here to also help you grow your business. Every entrepreneur knows that one of the things you must do in the business world is grow your business. And we do that from a multitude of different ways. One of the ways we do it is we have business owners that come on, they share the vision that they've had to grow, to have their business. Also, they show some of the struggles, the ups and downs about their business. And so therefore, we're not only able to let you share it, we're able to give you some insights and concepts and some information how to grow your business. And that being said, is just like any of us that have a doctor. Every once in a while, we need to go get a checkup. Sometimes it's for preventive, and sometimes things are just not out of whack, and we just need to find out exactly what we need to do to improve our condition. That being said, that's exactly right with our businesses. Sometimes your business, you're not getting a return on investment that you like. Sometimes your businesses, your cost is a little bit high. Sometimes your business is not flowing exactly the way it should. That being said, you need to have a checkup. And today, praise be to God, today we have a young man that is absolutely fantastic that's going to be able to help you in all of those areas. And not only that, he's been doing this for a long, long time. Matter of fact, I think I've been knowing Tony for the past 10, 15 years, and he has been working as an entrepreneur all those years. And not only that, he's been helping other entrepreneurs do to improve their business. So at that time, I would like just to welcome Tony to the show today. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you so much, Larry. It's my pleasure to be here. I am just elated to see you and Brother Larry James and to be on your show and kind of share what we do in the marketplace.
Well, Tony, why don't you start us out? Tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the Business Doctor.
Okay, well, the Business Doctor is a business that was we coined a phrase from clients that I worked with formerly when I was in the corporate marketplace. I used to work for Price Waterhouse, not as an accountant, but as business development, as well as a director of client services internationally. And I helped Price Waterhouse offices around the country develop audit business as well as marketing and consulting business. So that's really how I got to be of service to the largest companies in the world. That includes Radio Shack. I actually met the owners of Walmart, Home Depot, Federated Department Stores, the jewelry chains. So I've had an opportunity to work with some of the largest businesses, and then I worked for another company, which was George S. May International, which specialized in small and medium-sized business. So I worked with businesses at that time that were over a $500,000, and then the criteria went to $1 million. So our sweet spot is kind of somewhere between $500,000 and about $5 million.
And what areas do you help people work with these businesses
We
in?
specialize in marketing, management, and motivation for small and medium-sized businesses. We work with over 2,500 businesses to improve their profit, productivity, sales, market share, and employee morale. We do that through consulting, coaching, business boot camps, executive resort retreats, and we provide speakers for weekly and keynote events. In addition, we also provide support services, which not only includes radio advertising, TV, video, elevator speeches, printing, graphic design, to just name a few. We're kind of like, we've evolved into a lot of support services because we used to refer people out, and the result would be they'd spend too much or they'd spend out of their budget and they wouldn't have any money to come back and see me. Okay, so what we do is we refer to folks that we have worked with in the past that we know and trust, and that we can control the price and we can control the quality.
So now, when you say you work with, now do these individuals work through you to these other organizations?
They actually
Explain
work-
to us how does that
Right,
process work?
They would come to us. Let's just say I have somebody that does ice cream,
Okay.
and this is a real case. They have an ice cream product that has no eggs, no milk, no sugar, and it tastes better than normal ice cream. Okay, it makes you want to slap your mama.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
it's off the hook.
Okay.
This person is actually developing a product out of their own home certified kitchen, soon to go into a contract kitchen, which happens to be at the location where I am, the Well, okay, in Akron, Ohio, which is a kitchen that entrepreneurs can rent for a period of time, a few hours a day or a whole day during the week, to make their product on a continuing basis, and also get certified in entrepreneurship for the food business.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do all his graphic design, or redo it, should I say, because he's had a start. We're going to get him investors, develop also a business plan that is not only strategic, but also possibly for traditional investing as well. Okay, so we take a concept from beginning to launch in the real marketplace, or should I say the big marketplace, to the point that if we needed to franchise this operation or take them public, we have the capability and the partners to be able to do that.
That's fantastic. Now, I noticed one thing you said, which was interesting to me, was that coaching. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this coaching phenomenon is really big right now. But I think when I met you back in 2000 or something like that, you were doing coaching back then. Am I correct about that?
We were coaching then, and the reason we were coaching then is I come from the consulting arena, but the fact of the matter is everyone can't afford consulting, because consulting, we are on the job at the site of the client, making improvements, diagnosing problems, weaknesses, and challenges, to the point that we end up putting procedures in place to either reduce, minimize, or alleviate those problems in the business. And then we're teaching the staff how to do these procedures to correct those problems. So that's an expensive proposition no matter how you look at it, particularly when you have myself and a team going into your business and working with you daily for a number of weeks. So that's expensive. Coaching is a much more affordable proposition. We start coaching, if you only have one session a month, it's $300. You have a couple sessions a month, it's $500. And then it goes up from there. But because of the background that I have and we have in the business, we mix coaching and consulting a lot of times. So I have a body shop guy in Akron, just won the pitch contest, Room 38. That's what it's called, because he evolved out of the high school. But he's had a reputation over the past 10 years that's pretty much flawless. And people know him, but he just painted the outside of his building. Okay, now he's painting the inside. And basically, in less than a month, he's gone from, let's say, doing 2 cars a week to 7 to 10 cars a week. And we expect that he'll be able to do somewhere around 40 cars a month within the next 60 to 90 days. But I'm hands-on. Okay, I'm going to help him find people to do the work, experienced technicians.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so my motto is I'll do whatever is legal, moral, and ethical to help a client achieve his goals. It doesn't mean that we're not clever. Okay, now he can't go steal people from other body shops.
Right.
Okay, and I'm not going to steal them out of the body shop, but I'll meet them at the coffee shop and see if they'd like to have another opportunity to either do some part-time work or perhaps to change jobs. Okay, so and owners expect that on the playing field. They know that people come and go. So we're not out of our legal, moral, and ethical obligation to the marketplace. Just got hired away.
Yes, and you know what? And I think too, as a business owner, is that something that you go over though with certain businesses? You know how to maintain your employees.
Absolutely. We put retainer programs in place for employees because we don't want to spend the time to recruit someone and then have them leave over something. Maybe they have a disagreement or two. Okay, we want to be able to have a communication system in place that the owner makes sure that he runs on a weekly basis minimum to be able to confront problems, address them, and get his employees involved in discussing what the solutions are. That's how you build your team, and that's how you build the culture of your business. Okay, by getting people involved and having them take ownership of the goals of the business.
That's fantastic. You're right. You know, anytime you get people to buy in,
Right.
and if you make it advantageous for them to buy in, it would make them difficult for you to meet that person at the coffee shop.
Exactly.
You
That's
see what I'm
correct.
saying?
That is correct. They'd probably go and tell on me.
Yes, they
Okay.
would. You know what I mean? However, you know what I mean? But that goes back to the owner letting him know that he's doing
Right.
a good job as well. But Tony, how did you come up with the name? Everybody loves your name.
Well, I you know what? I was working in Michigan, I think, for one of the former companies, and the client said to me, "You're the smartest guy I've ever met in business." And I said, "Thank you very much. I'm gonna tell my mother you said that." And he said, "You're like a business doctor, so we're gonna call you the business doctor." So I thought about that, and then I had another client call me that probably 3 months later, and I said, "That's a name I'm gonna keep."
Okay.
Okay, so that's kind of how the name evolved. I wasn't even clever enough to do it myself. The clients did it for me.
Good.
So it's been a blessing. People recognize the name. They recognize me, particularly in this region. But also, I've had an opportunity to travel across the country, and I have a lot of mentors as well, particularly over the past three years, where I've become much more engaged in the marketplace with some bigger coaches, some of the best coaches that people recognize.
Now, at this time, what I want to do is for you to be able to give your information about contact information.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, we have a website, and it's called thebusinessdoctorllc.com. We are the original, and we are not an imitator. Okay, but it is thebusinessdoctorllc.com. We have our corporate headquarters in Akron. We service Cleveland, Boston, Atlanta, as well as San Diego right now, and we're hoping to be able to have representation in Las Vegas and Houston before the end of the year. So our phone number is 330-283-0158. That's 330-283-0158. And we do take calls from 7 until 11 because there are a lot of times when clients have emergencies or prospects have emergencies. And we encourage folks to contact us because we love helping people. And there's a whole lot of help that we do that we don't charge for. We give folks tactical advice to save themselves from bigger problems and also to get them out of the current issue or problem that they're facing.
Well, if I'm a business owner and I'm watching this now, what are some of the things that I would look at in my business to say, I need to talk to you?
One of the biggest issues in business, period, there's two: productivity and profit. Okay, I don't care what you're doing in your business. Owners in emerging businesses, either a startup or for the first 3 or 4 years, they usually started a business based on the fact that they had an aha reaction when they were working for somebody else. Okay, you may have heard of, well, there's a couple of books out there, but the fact of the matter is, they say, I can do this business and I don't need to take any more stuff from my current boss. Well, they get in the business and then they find out that there's a lot more to doing the business than there is to doing their job.
All right.
Okay, so the result is they're doing their job and then they find out they have grown out of their skill level because now they have to administer the business and they got all this other stuff going on around them and they're still trying to do the job that they had in their previous business, and they actually have a business now. Okay, and they have employees and employee responsibilities, human relations, taxes, okay, the whole gamut. So now they typically have focused on building the business for 1 to 3 years, and then they find themselves not making as much profit as when they started out. The result is they're saying, I'm just making a living, and I didn't get into this business to just make a living. So one of my mentors basically says, if you're not making $250,000 a year, you bought yourself a job.
Okay.
Okay. So we want to help people build wealth through their business and not work themselves to death in the business trying to do everything themselves. Okay. When you haven't built an organization structure before, it's something you have to learn. And you know, just like going from here to California, you need a map the first few times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you still need the map or some GPS because there's going to be detours along the way. So we provide that blueprint, and we also provide the tactical information about the detours. Okay. Sometimes we actually jump in and steer your car or your truck for you to prevent you from having a problem. So that's our dedication to our client base. We don't want you to have any faux pas along the way that you cannot handle.
Well, tell me, what are some of the market trends you see right now in the marketplace?
Well, coaching is big. Coaching is a big business. It is going to continue to become big for the next 20 years because there is so much information in the marketplace and there are so many emerging specialists. Plus the fact that the internet has been able to provide an avenue for people to spawn businesses like no other time in history. So we're going to have more and more online businesses, more and more specialties in different industries than we've ever had before. Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi and the ClickFunnels guy, Russell, just launched a business with over 500,000 people online. And they sold so much business. My calculation was they did it over $30 million in a matter of 4 hours.
Wow.
Okay, they broke the internet literally. I don't know if you guys know that or not. A lot of people don't know that. They broke the internet, and they had problems broadcasting. So if they didn't have the problems broadcasting, they might have sold more. Okay, which is phenomenal. The coaches that I typically follow online, whenever they do a launch, they launch their business for that particular launch. Let's say they spent 4 weeks in preparation. Prepping the marketplace, advertising to the marketplace. And then when they have their event, they do $500,000 or more. Okay? this is a phenomena that people don't even realize in the marketplace, except the people who are in the high levels of the coaching circles. There are folks out there that literally have the capability of making $1 million in less than a week. So this trend is going to continue. There are more and more people that are getting into the marketplace, but it's also a problem because it's more difficult to differentiate yourself. So the question does become, what is your competitive advantage? Okay? This is one of the biggest things that I stress to folks. If you have ice cream and it's made like everybody else's, you've got a commodity. Okay? It's just like toilet paper. Yes, there's different degrees of thickness, etc., and prints and colors. However, it's still toilet paper.
All right.
Okay? So now you have got to separate yourself with usually one big distinction, and it's not just price. Okay? It's got to be value to the customer. So one of the biggest trends and one of the biggest mistakes we see in the marketplace is the client wants to go make money. Well, that's not probably the best perspective. The client wants to know what your value is. What is your value proposition? How are you going to save me money, or make my life easier? Those are the three secrets that are typically overlooked by so many entrepreneurs. Those are three questions you got to answer right up front, even before you start the business. And then you have to drill down, peel the onion, and make sure that those things are embedded in how you approach the marketplace.
That sounds fantastic, because I think that was going to be my next question. Actually, was that what advice would you give to these small? Because there's a lot of small businesses. Individuals are starting up small businesses. What advice would you give those small businesses as they begin to move forward?
Well, I'm going to answer that question like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates answered it. The question was put to them, if there was one thing that you could learn of everything that's available in the marketplace, what would you learn? And they both had the same answer: marketing.
Okay.
Marketing, the big M. Because if you don't know how to market effectively, you're not going to have the sales in your funnel. And we may as well say funnel now, because that's what it's about. It's online. You can go door to door if you want, but you're going to find out that that's not the easiest way to do it.
Yes.
That's a hard way
It's a hard
in
way.
today's world, but it still works if you work it. However, we would rather speak to groups of people than individuals if possible. So marketing is the key to just about everything. The reason I say that, I'm a marketeer. I believe in marketing, always have. And when you take a look at marketing actually encompasses about 11 different components, which typically encompasses the entire business. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is part of your value proposition, whether it's to the consumer, whether it's to a wholesaler, or whether it is to your employees. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And our first responsibility is to market effectively to our employees.
Very good. Very good. Now, why would that be?
Well, we have a little saying. It's on one of our phones. We build your dreams by building your teams. Okay. John Paul Getty, I believe, said, "I'd rather have the efforts of 100 people rather than 100% of my own." That is the secret to building the mastermind principle into your business. And of course, the mastermind principle is what drives most businesses, even though so many businesses don't know what a mastermind is. But that's a topic for another day.
So what is the most important aspect of marketing then, would you say?
Well, the most important aspect of marketing is getting customers, okay? The purpose of a business is to create and maintain a customer. And most people would say the purpose of the business is to make money. Well, if you don't create and maintain the customer, you don't have a chance of making money.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have more ways than ever before to create customers. Okay? Internet radio, internet TV is playing a big part. There's a podcast network around this country that so many business owners don't know, and each of them has their own personality. Okay? Just like your personality as a host, okay? Each of these stations, each of the shows, they have their own personality, and it is a great way to advertise, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here today, okay, is to be able to tell my story about my business in hopes that we can attract and help more customers by providing them value and effectiveness in the marketplace.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, if I'm a business owner and I say that, my business is running fine, I'm making a little bit of money, would I still be a candidate for you?
Absolutely. Okay, because see, once you're starting to make money, we want to maximize your profitability. So we do a checkup from the neck up. It's a good thing. Make sure that your blood pressure is okay. Make sure that the blood flow is good, that it's getting to every part of your brain, that your brain is growing, that your telomeres are growing, and that your profitability is growing, and so that you're getting more return on your investment, not only from your money, but from your effort in the business.
Okay.
Okay, because one of the biggest things in business is to be able to duplicate the good habits of the ownership. Okay, that's really what it's about. So the first sale that you get to make is to your employees, and that is the one that you want to continue to nurture and build throughout the existence of the business into the next generation or the next generations. Okay, so
Yes.
Succession, because we want to build intergenerational wealth.
Exactly. Well, you know what the Word of God says, that the Word of God says a good man leaves an inheritance to his kids' kids. So that's fantastic. And that's the concept I think as a business owner, should have also, is not only for themselves, but for their families and for generations to come. And I guess that's what some people call old money. That is, people has.
We would like to have more old money. Okay.
People in the past have built up that reserve so that, not only do I don't have to worry about it, but I got some generations behind me that they were going to be able to tap into it. So you know what, Tony, I really appreciate you coming on the show today. Once again, I want to welcome Tony Bishop from The Business Doctor. It's just been fantastic talking, and we just touched the tip of the iceberg. So I'm sure that we're going to have you back on real soon. And if there's any questions, all you have to do is contact The Business Doctor. And Tony, will you as we close out, give your contact information again?
The website is thebusinessdoctorllc.com. Thebusinessdoctorllc.com. And our phone number is 330-283-0158. That's 330-283-0158. That will get you either the CEO, me, or someone really close to me, so we won't lose your information, and we will get you called back quickly.
Well, we thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you all next week. God bless you. Have a beautiful week.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.